What is good, you guys? It is your boy Temp, and welcome back to another video. This one here, we are revisiting a shoe that I already made on my previous channel, which was taken down. This might be my favorite current shoe to hoop in. Arguably, this is the Kobe 8 S2 batch. I got the Venice Beach joints here. This pair in specific was from Kiku.su, the homie Bernice, the OG. She's one of the best in the game. Super cool. Amazing customer service. Code TEM, TEM, first three letters of my name for $15 off. So huge shout out to her. Always keeping me blessed. But this shoe right here, man. First off, might be the best Kobe 8 colorway. Venice Beach. The reason why I'm doing this one, because I have played in the other, S2 batch Kobe 8s, which are also really good, don't get me wrong. But I would say I have a slight preference of this OG kind of style pair with the OG tongue. I just personally like the fit and it's a little less, not restrictive, but it fits a little more one-to-one form-fitting. And this tongue still has more than enough cushioning for me personally. But it's a little less stiff and it's a little less tight as well. I just personally like this kind of fit and feel a little bit better. But yeah, this is just a phenomenal shoe. I absolutely, once this shoe is broken in, this is one of those shoes that I think is actually better than retail. A lot of you guys who've tried retail, other batches, finding out how stiff they are and, how firm they are and the fit and people finding them so tight. This one here, I mean, it kind of solves all of those problems with all those other either retail or different batches. Starting off, this is one of those shoes, and this one in specific is one I would tell you, don't let this translucent rubber deter you from getting this shoe, because this shoe has ridiculous traction, man. Whatever rubber compound they used on this translucent rubber, man, oh my goodness, this herringbone and then the kind of storytelling. This one here is broken into. It is just super tacky. Like, this is really good. Like, because I play in a gym that the gym and the traction is not very good. They do not maintain that wood floor. If I need a shoe that I know is going to grip the floor, it's going to be this shoe. Like the herringbone. And of course, the storytelling is still kind of like V's. So basically like a more enlarged herringbone. It's phenomenal. I mean, the carbon fiber on these, legit carbon fiber. Looking like the glass-based carbon fiber shank plates you see on the OG Kobe 8s and everything. Looks really good. Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal traction. So again, like some people say, with the myth about, translucent outsoles, in some cases, yes, it's true, but in some cases, it's like that with a lot of solid rubber outsoles as well. A lot of, like, depending on color, some people have found certain ones with white outsoles, don't grip, to each their own. But this one here in specific, it's more so just a rubber compound. I wouldn't say it's primarily, it's more so always a translucent thing or solid rubber thing. This one here, it is absolutely incredible. My go-to for a shoe if I need traction is these right here. As for the midsole, now this is what I like. They have the full-length drop-in React midsole. Nice and thick, like the Protros. This one here is perfect. A lot of people, they don't like the retails. They find it too firm. You got the OGs with the lunar that's a little bit too soft. It bottoms out quickly. This one here is kind of like that happy medium. The more I break it in, of course, it feels even better. But it's got more than enough impact protection that even in the forefoot, like there's still more than enough cushion for me. Which for the OG Kobe 8s, it was kind of like, it was good at first. But this one here, I've played in these a bunch. And yeah, I mean, I just love the cushioning setup heel to toe. The transition is actually quite smooth for a drop-in midsole shoe, which, is kind of rare sometimes. And yeah, just the forefoot and heel both have a super low profile ride, but still like enough cushioning that like there's ample cushion. When I plant on my forefoot, I actually feel like there's some cushion. And my toes and everything, they all feel good. So an amazing setup here. Not as firm as the retail and some other batches, but not as soft as your OG kind of lunar setup. It's a little bit thicker. These are probably because I mean, the Kobe 5, could be, your Hall of Fame kind of level shoe, because those are super low profile too, and that Zoom Turbo is nutty. But this shoe has to be up there in the equation for best shoe for court feel without sacrificing cushion. Like, this one has to be in that conversation, no doubt. As well, like I mentioned, moving on to the upper, first off, maybe besides the Christmas lights, there was a lot of good Kobe 8 colorways. You cannot go wrong with the Venice Beach, especially for the Protro. This is definitely the best colorway. You know, a lot of people will be like, oh, the EYBL or the new Nike Skills Academy with them peach ones. Nah, man, these Venice Beaches, oh my goodness. Beautiful shoe. The teal, the yellow, the red, so bright. Just love the colorway of this shoe. But the engineered mesh upper feels awesome, just like retail. Your fuse overlays and everything, really good for this pair. The one thing that I really like is that they are wide foot friendly. They're not as tight. They're breathable. You still get a conformed one-to-one fit. The toe box is a tad bit on the roomier side. To me, it's not like roomier to where it's like too roomy. If you have a narrow foot, you may find it a little bit roomy. My left foot's kind of average. My right's a tad bit on the wide side. But it's just super comfortable. It's not tight at all. The extra tad bit of roominess on the top of the toe box, because it's not length. These are a perfect true to size. I love the fit of these. It's really nice. And even with Elite socks, like they're still not tight, which is really, really nice. Because I'd be loving them ankle Elite socks. Love them. Like these are phenomenal. The details, they did a really good job. 3M swoosh. It's just really, really nice. They also do have the plastic around the eyelets there, which I do like as well. Not that it really matters between that or the woven. The synthetic on the gray there with the yellow swoosh. Heel counter, shape, and Shizuku all looking pretty good with that 3M. The padding and sculpting is bang on with these. Like just phenomenal. They killed it. And like I mentioned, I do like this OG tongue setup. It still has ample cushion for me. Some of the OGs, depending on the material, were, you know, some I think like the Del Sols. Not the Del Sols, the Sulfur, sorry, the black and yellow ones, the first ones. They had a very thin tongue material, and it varied by colorway. This one, I mean, you've got more than enough cushion. The tongue isn't overly flimsy either. Like, I'd much rather go with this setup because it does fit a little more streamlined one-to-one with the foot. Again, the leather one's nice too because it does have extra padding. You will need to break that one in a little bit more. But this setup right here, I mean, gives you the best of both worlds of all the things that were great from the minimalistic OG Kobe 8 and all the things that were done in the Protro. It takes the best of both worlds, and it does it better than the retail in both, in my honest opinion. If you played in this, maybe you can vouch and agree with me. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, arguably my most played in shoe, my favorite shoe to play in right now of anything in my collection, retail or rep. I've been super loving the GK6s though, I will be honest. And GK5s, of course, are good, and the 4s have really grown me too. But this shoe is right up there in that mix. Phenomenal shoe. Once again, shout out to the homie Venice over at kiku.su. Once again, there a shout out for always keep me blessed. Code Temp for $15 off. Hey, yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys want any other older shoes you guys want to see a review brought back on, please let me know, and I'll do my best to bring it to you guys. It is your boy Temp. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.